So now you want to ask yourself, there's a lot of aggressive sellers in the market, but you can see they're struggling to get rewarded. Price isn't rewarding them. In fact, price actually moves to the upside. So we're going to be going over two specific cases of delta for this particular trade. Now, we understand here the market over here, the delta is all negative. If we read the numbers, we see 717 for 422, right? Then we see 72 for 8, we see 241 for 4, we see 299 for 7. So what we're seeing, we see again 203 for 0. So we see a lot of aggressive activity towards the downside, a lot of aggressive sellers that want to push price down. So what we're seeing over here is we're seeing a lot of aggressive sellers trying to push price down, push price down, push price down, push price down. But instead, we had a large wick over here, which was unsuccessful, right? So this wick was filled with what we call aggressive sellers, right? The bid was very high, right? This is what we see over here. The delta is negative. The bid was very high. But then price actually broke past this zone, not once, but twice, right? We can see price kind of breaking through the next 5 to 10 minutes. We see a massive break. This green candle, again, is very interesting. This was 10 minutes after. This green candle here at 10:40 Eastern Time was, again, very interesting. If we break this candle down on the footprint chart, that's this candle. Now, what we understand over here, we have 172 for 748. So that's roughly a 1 to 6, 1 to 7 ratio. We have 7 times as many aggressive buyers than there are aggressive sellers. That's the first thing. The second thing is look at how price kind of rejects this zone, right? We have minus negative delta. So we have 1K aggressive sellers and we have only 400 aggressive buyers. And even here we have 388 for 0. So just by reading the numbers, it's very basic once you understand this. But just by reading the numbers, we're able to gain such an edge in understanding who is aggressive. So when we see lots of aggressive sellers in this region, but price is not being rewarded, what this tells us, essentially, when we see lots of aggressive moves to the downside, what this tells us is that there's actually passive buyers that are sitting here that are absorbing all the sell orders, right? So here is a case of absorption. This is absorption, right? This is absorption of aggressive sellers, which then leads to buying in the market, right? So this is how I framed this particular trade. So once the order flow had given me a prediction, right, I was willing to enter at the zone itself, right?